Hello, friends. How are you? It is a beautiful day in the Motor City as we keep an eye on our wonderful Tigers that are tied 1-1 as we're doing this live stream. Hello, I'm Jer Stays coming to you from our daily Detroit studio at Techtown. And joining me across the table is none other than the Prince of Brightmoor himself, Norris Howard. How are you?
What's cracking, everybody? I hope y'all having a good day, man. It's what a beautiful day it is in the city of Detroit, man. And let me just say this, man. It's about to be October tomorrow, and it's supposed to be 80 degrees this weekend, bro. Like, stop driving gas cars, bro.
Are you putting it all towards climate change?
Yeah, all of it.
All of it?
And
I mean, it's not a record.
And the you know what? Now that the economy is so bad, and let's eat less beef, so there'll be less methane farts.
You know what we could have, and I've eaten before? Gator.
That's right. Gator, you know what? Gators seem to be a big deal in the city this week.
And we're going to talk about it on the main show.
We're going to talk about the Gators, but yeah. I hear it's like chicken.
Gamey chicken.
Gamey chicken, yeah.
Gamey chicken is how I describe it. You know where I had gator first time?
No,
Fish bones. Fish bones.
Fish bones is New Orleans style.
Yes.
Food, so fish bones. Yeah, they did have gator, frog legs. They had all that kind of stuff at fish bone.
Speaking of New Orleans, you know something I've not been able to find the same of anywhere else since?
Beignets.
No. Po' boys.
Oh, well,
And
yeah.
muffalettas. Muffalettas are
I mean,
the
but
olive
that's like-
tamponade.
That's like where they made them. So that would be like moving to New York and be like, I can't get square pizza. Well, of course not.
Well, they're selling Detroit-style pizza in New York now, covered in hot honey. When I had Detroit-style pizza, it was like a bee, like just all over it.
First of all, let me put this out there to all my friends in New York, and I know we got some people who watch the show who are from Detroit now living in New York, and I'm just telling y'all right now, I need y'all to stand up. I need y'all to stand up for the city and tell them to stop putting all that damn honey on this square pizza. All right? It's cool every now and then, but they need to stop that, bro. It need to be just straight up tomato sauce. That's what I need. Tomato sauce, fluffy bread, cheese, meats, various meats. All right? The honey is, we getting overboard with the honey. It's just like the truffle oil stuff and the truffle flavor, everything. Everybody always got to take stuff to do too much.
See, I actually don't necessarily hate hot honey, but when it's so much that literally I grab the slice and
Pizza
it's just
shouldn't
my
be
whole
sticky.
hand. My whole hand is covered. Like I reached my hand into the ooze of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, pizza shouldn't be sticky. It should be greasy. That's a different, texture. It's greasy, not sticky.
By the way, hello, chat. Mr. 1213 is here.
That's our boy, man.
We love him.
Rain, sleet, hail, snow.
Mr.
Mr.
1213
1213 is ready to go.
That's right. That's right. I love that. So just to tell people who are tuning into this, whether live or in the future, and by the way, thank you to all the people who've been showing up on our YouTube page. You had a bunch of new subscribers, a bunch of our videos hit for us a little bit farther.
Yeah.
For
so
local
we
stuff,
appreciate
for like
ya.
local Detroit stuff.
I'm tangled up in all the cords down here. Sorry, I just had to readjust myself. And also, I'm sorry I'm wrinkly, y'all. Like, I washed clothes the other day, and like I just pulled this out and realized my iron didn't work today. So whatever. If I look scruffy and stupid, sorry.
You should have gotten yourself like a pour over and just gone with it all the way.
You know what? I should have just came dressed as in my old barista gear, just wrinkly and IDG AF.
Yeah, exactly. So folks that are tuning in, this is how this is going to work. Basically, we do our main show that will air very early tomorrow. We'll record that. While that's happening, please feel free to join the chat. Feel free to ask questions. We usually hang around for a while afterward. It gets pretty active. And if you'll notice,
Share your thoughts.
And if you'll notice today, actually, we have a new ticker. We don't normally do this, and we won't always do this. But the Tigers are playing this afternoon.
It's the playoffs.
Right. So it's important that you know the score.
Playoffs.
So producer Adam has a ticker. And I love how old school it is because I used to work in television production back in the day, right? Like I used to work directing sports events, and it would be these giant trucks, this 18-foot box truck full of equipment to do what happens in Adam's little Mac Mini over there, right?
Yeah.
But back then, we didn't have the fancy equipment to do numbers. So all we did was we pointed a camera at the scoreboard and cut in the score with a little mask effect. And that's what he's done here. So I'm feeling very nostalgic.
It reminds me of, like, you remember back in the 70s and 80s when they would have to show the scoreboard and the field of play at the same time, and it would just be a guy literally holding the camera. It would be all shaky and stuff, but they had like the blurry mask around it, so it was just like, I miss the analog world. It has so much more kitsch, so much more charm.
I like kitsch.
So do I, to a certain extent. You know me. I like polish.
You generally feel a little too cool for kitsch.
No, certain kitsch is okay. Like, certain analog kitsch is totally okay. Like, particularly analog kitsch. Like, is dope. You know, the fact that wired headphones are coming back, I'm kind of into it.
Oh, I love it. So I don't mind my AirPods.
Yeah.
I would actually be really into wired headphones that had some of the AirPods features because I actually like not losing my stuff.
Yeah, like for me, I hate earbuds, period. So, like, I have over-the-ear Bluetooth headphones, but, you know, I'm going to probably in the very near future just get some giant, obnoxious wired headphones for my phone, and I don't care.
See, my partner, she's got big Bluetooth headphones.
Yeah, so do
It's
I.
like she's
yeah.
it's like she's an athlete. I mean,
Yeah.
she is, but you know what I mean? Like you see on the TV.
Yeah. No, I mean, listen, I am Mr. like noise canceling, all the tech in my headphones guy. Outside of these, which by the way, I just want to say this is not an endorsement. But
You know what? This is an endorsement.
if you are in the audio world or, you know, video editing world, bro, these Sony cans right here,
The MDR
MDR
7506.
7506, baby, industry standard. Like the best flat sound, and they cost like $80.
So here's the thing about the 7506s.
They've been the same since 1988.
1991 is when they were released. And I have been using them in one way or another since I first started doing like high school stuff.
Yeah.
Like editing in giant old machines. But the MDR 7506, it's not that it's like, I actually really enjoy them for music because I like accurate reproduction. I don't like beats and stuff like that. That has a little bit more extra bass.
See,
That's
I
just
love
me.
bass, but
I get it.
I'm black. So, like, bass
You
speaks to
can't
my
listen
soul.
to Conway Twitty and some beats.
I
don't listen to Conway Twitty. I don't even.
Yeah, bro. Listen, I get it. Like, if you just at the crib listening to Father John Misty or whatever, like, yeah, sure. You know, you may not need the extra bass, but I do.
So the key is when we're editing and doing things, it's a flat response.
Flat response.
So that when it goes out, it's consistent and it helps. Because I think one of the things that junior editors I've learned that do this stuff, they use headphones that are not flat, and then their end product ends up sounding whack.
Yeah, and all distorted.
Yeah.
Yeah, so these are fantastic. And honestly, they're fantastic for if you are like Jer and you just want flat, accurate sound reproduction. Like if you want to be able to hear like David Bowie's mouth sounds, like if you want to hear it that deep, like yeah, these are fantastic, man. Great headphones.
All right. I don't know how long we're going to be going for this thing, but I'm
trying to find the damn show doc. Did you send it? Producer.
Adam.
Help me. Send it again. If you could send the doc again so we're all good to go. I can't find it right now. Sorry, it's a little inside baseball.
Sorry, chat.
Yeah, I don't have it for some reason. Thank you, my friend. And now we're good to go.
All right.
Oh, yeah, I had last week's for some reason. Okay.
It's probably because that's what you had the link for.
Yeah, I did. Okay.
All right. We'll get going here. Get recording the audio portion of this thing.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, you were doing clips. I got clips of you out from last week. People had feelings. We're going to get into the mailbag near the end of this. I know you love the mailbag.
I love talking to the people, man. Good, bad, and ugly.
You know, before we get started, because I'm not going to address this in the main show, what wildness about Dearborn lately?
Yeah, I have feelings.
I know you do.
I have feelings, and I was mean to y'all last week, so I'm going to try to be nice. But low-key, some of y'all are revealing yourselves. Let me put it that way. Some of y'all
true.
are revealing yourselves, and if you continue on this path, you know, you're revealing yourself as not good people. So those of you who know what I'm talking about know what I'm talking about. But most of you 99.9% of Daily Detroit listeners, best people on planet freaking Earth.
All right, we'll get started here, get recording. And just so you know, if you're listening to this live, we're going to say tomorrow's date because this airs tomorrow.
There's always tomorrow, hopefully.
All right. Always tomorrow, hopefully. I mean, that sounds like somebody who knows the struggle.
Yeah.
Right? If we
There's
know the
always
struggle.
tomorrow, hopefully.
I almost expect, like, who's that? John Lewis, the congressman, to say that. Mm-hmm. There's always tomorrow, hopefully.
There's always tomorrow, hopefully.
Nothing beats Bose, Mr. 1213 says, by the way.
The quiet comforts, yeah.
I've never experienced them.
The quiet
I've
comforts
only
are dope.
experienced their stereo speakers.
The quiet comforts are dope. I'm more of a real spit though in terms of car audio. I'm actually more of a Bang & Olufsen man. Like,
Isn't that in the new whip?
Yeah. So like for cars and for like desk speakers or home speakers, BO is always doper for me.
12-year-old me just kicked in.
I know. But yeah, Bang & Olufsen, man.
All right, let's get started here. All right, and in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hello, friends, and welcome to your Daily Detroit, sharing what to know and where to go in Southeast Michigan. I am Jer Stays, coming to you from our studio at Techtown in the Paris of the Midwest, Detroit, Michigan. And joining me across the table and over a pheasant is none other than the Prince of Brightmoor himself, Norris Howard. How are you?
Man, I'm doing good. Listen, man, the Tigers, as we are recording, are playing right now and keeping our fingers crossed for a good start to this wild card. Listen, I'm going to say this. I told you we was going to make the playoffs. I'm a little disappointed we didn't come out as a top seed. But, you know, you can't fall apart and lose a bajillion games in September and expect to, you know, be top dog. So hopefully we can get it back together and make a late push into October.
I also want to share with people a little bit behind the scenes. We've had a little bit of issues with our podcast hosting provider. They had a general system-wide issue. So that's why your Monday show did not come out till like 8 p.m., which is a bummer.
Yeah, that sucks.
And
hey.
they were continuing to have issues on Tuesday. So that's why you're getting a Wednesday morning show and there was a skip. We really tried to give you more, but we're going to take it as an opportunity to, you know, do a few different fun things.
That's right.
Also, we were going to try Kava. The new place in downtown Detroit. There is a place in Canton as well. But we had some issues, Norris Howard.
Yeah, man. Listen, we were trying to go to Kava, but apparently they ran out of chicken. They ran out of lamb. They ran out of like the beef. Like they had no food.
Where's the beef?
What? Oh my God. But yeah, they had no food, man. So like,
you know what? That happened early. That happened to the Chipotle early. It still happens to the Chipotle.
This is what I don't understand.
People don't think that Detroiters eat. We eat.
Do we not eat food?
Look at me. I eat.
But even I don't care what we look like. We eat. It is you are in smack dab in the middle of a business district of a downtown area where people still go to work every day at bare minimum. Like I could understand if it was 8 p.m. on a Thursday, and it's like, oh man, yep, we ran out of garlic chicken.
We tried to place this order at 1 p.m.
Yeah, like lunch rush, bro, and you have no food. Like, look, growing pains, man, but still, that's tough. I think that's a little bit elementary. That shouldn't be happening.
We were out there over the weekend.
Yeah, man. So one of the main things that I got a chance to do, and much love to everybody around the city who I ran into. I ran into a ton of folks this week, this weekend. But I was at the Digital Innovation Summit from Empowerment Summit, from Black Tech Saturdays. Our friend down there, Black Tech Saturdays, and got to see a lot of people there, hung out, and really kind of this area here in Techtown. Saw a lot of folks. There was a lot of pitch competitions and talks and all that kind of stuff. Some hands-on training with new tech, and you know it's always a good time to see folks. Any time it's affiliated with Black Tech Saturday. So much love out to Johnny and Alexa and that whole BTS team over there, and also. The closing party for the Detroit Month of Design.
Ran into you there at, what is it, the Boyer building? I didn't even know that had a name.
I didn't know it had a name either. I just knew it as, like, see, this is how you know you came from recession era Detroit, right? Because that used to be one of the buildings that you just found out somebody was having a party in one day. and you didn't know who owned it. You didn't know how they got access to it. You didn't even know how they got power ran to that building or running water or anything like
There
that.
might just be a cable.
It probably was just a generator, and they just figured it out. But at the end of the day, now somebody has fixed it up, and it was a pretty chill thing. But you took it even further and went to Russell. You went to Russell.
Well, I want to mention about the Detroit Month of Design real quick. It's interesting to see the progress of this building. It's kind of in that middle stage, right? They've done some fix up, but there's still more. I look at that place and go, there's so much potential in these old style, like draftsman offices or kind of whatever it was.
Yeah.
And then I love spaces that have like a catwalk around it. And and there were dancing lamps in the catwalk.
Yes, there were dancing lamps. There was a lot of people dancing that day. And you know what was cool though also is I used to work at a esports lounge that was directly across the street. My office was in that esports lounge that used to be there. Word out to the now defunct Replay Cafe. You know, if you know, you know.
Wasn't that also home to Mogo for a while?
Yep. And also some other stuff in there that I'm gonna just, keep to myself. Yeah, weird on that second floor, man.
Did it go up in smoke?
No comment.
One of the things at the Detroit Month of Design party, there was a weed, like Zyn-like product.
Oh, yeah.
And my head was like, I'll have to share a picture sometime. I looked ridiculous.
Yeah, it was like a dispensary art installation.
Cushion or something.
Yeah, it was a dispensary art installation, which, those are not words I thought I would say when I woke up. But here
this
we
morning,
are.
dispensary art installation.
But here we are, and that's what happened.
I did make it to the Russell Industrial Center.
Yeah. How was it? Because they've made improvements.
My better half and I went to see Bonobo.
Yeah.
In town. Holy. Okay, so I mentioned this in the newsletter, and I put some clips from some of Bonobo's other trips or other stuff when he was actually at the Royal Albert Hall in London. Very different than the Russell Industrial Center.
Yeah.
What an amazing show. So first off, I'm sorry, I don't remember the first DJ's name. The second DJ was none other than Mr. Norm Talley.
Oh, fantastic.
Right?
Yeah.
I love the respect to the Detroit history. I want to get Norm on the show sometime.
We definitely got to get Norm on the show.
He has been around for a long...
like 40 years, bro.
And it's always going. It's
Yeah.
always going with Norm. So
Yeah.
he was up there. It was like, you know what? Prime Unk vibes.
I'm okay with that.
Right?
I'm
Where it's
okay
like
with
he was
that.
in control of this vibe.
I am okay with that. And Unk vibes at Russell, cause see, a lot of the youngsters, they weren't here for prime Russell, what I like to call prime Russell.
Because this is a very different Russell. So first
Yeah.
off, this place is way cleaned up.
Yeah.
Now you go into the parking lot, whatever, it's still what it was, right? You get in there and yes, it is an industrial venue. No, it's not glittering, but it's been cleaned up. The sound system was off the chain. It was just, a huge space. Even though there were hundreds of people there was still plenty of room.
As it tends to be.
And so Norm spun for more than an hour. And then when Bonobo took the stage, who is actually a English or British DJ, I've been following him for years. He's amazing.
But he's been to Detroit a ton of times.
Well, because the thing is, you can see even though his sound is so different, because it's more electronic and like new jazz as opposed to the more industrial techno sound, you can hear the inspirations around it. I love seeing a DJ set in such an intimate venue. He played that. I'm sure he made some money, but that show didn't make a ton of money. That show was because he wanted to be in Detroit.
He wanted to do it. Yeah, he wanted to do
in that
show.
warehouse, and that was amazing. I was up for the first time in a while, like past 3 a.m., and it was totally worth it. Like set after set, banger after banger.
We loved
absolutely great time. Great time with my better half, who also was a fan. Actually introduced me to it.
See, there you go.
And I just, the mark of a good artist is, and I wrote about this in our newsletter on Daily Detroit. You can play any venue.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
Some artists, you've been to the shows where it's like if the venue doesn't fit them, it goes sideways.
It's the worst, yeah.
It's the worst.
Yeah.
He scales what he does for the venue, and I'll probably put up some video on Instagram or whatever of it, but man, it made me nostalgic for those warehouse days, man.
Yeah, I don't miss the asbestos, but Russell is still classic. Like that's the beautiful thing. You know, I know we're gonna move on. I just want to say that's the beautiful thing about Russell Industrials, the fact that it has been at this point it has been used as a venue longer than its original purpose that it was built for. Almost.
Yeah. You know
So-
what's usually in there is wrestling shows.
It's wrestling, yes. I've actually been there more for wrestling than I've been for concerts, which is wild.
That would be ridiculous. Do we need to like throw Lucci off the top ropes, Big Lucci? Behind
You
the
know what?
scenes?
I have always wanted to take like a wrestling course.
I know someone. Do you want to do it?
And not now because
Why not now?
I need better health insurance. I'm waiting for the Medicare for all first, the Medicaid for all first. Once we get that through the pike, then I'll take my wrestling course. I'll wait till I'm old, do like the Ric Flair type stuff.
All I can hear is woo.
Yeah, I'll do the Ric Flair type stuff.
Let's get into some news. Detroit's got its Gators, but this time actual alligator on Belle Isle.
Oh boy.
I actually first reported this because there was the rumors of social media, and then actually got into some touch with some people at the Michigan Department of Natural Resources who said that the reports of an alligator on the island are consistent and credible. Some social media posts since then, other news outlets, because we first reported it as actual reporting. Some other outlets have now found pictures or video that people have had of said Belle Isle alligator. A thing, by the way, don't dump your pets. Not in state parks, although you shouldn't do that. It's just bad for the environment. It's bad for everything. This is a wild situation. This is nowhere near the first time we've had wild animals.
No, it's not the
Remember
first
the tiger
time.
in the Packard plant?
Yes, listen, for those of you idiots who decide to buy things like alligators and tigers and leopards as pets, first of all, you're dumb. Second of all, stop dumping them at Belle Isle. Because first of all, it's way too open of a park, number one. There is nowhere for these alligators to go. They need to be in a swampy area, and that is not a big enough swamp. They will die a horrible death, and then the things that they kill will die a horrible death. The ecosystem is not used to having basically a dinosaur walking around
This
on
is
Belle
not
Isle.
Florida.
All right? It's not Florida, dog. So stop dumping your alligators on Belle Isle. That's number one. Number two, here's the second thing I want to say. Is that alligator is lucky City Slickers didn't find him first. All right? Because he would have been dyed purple, and he'd have been right there in the front window. Okay? So he's real lucky that we didn't get to him because he'd have been some now and laters. He'd have been some now and later gators, flat out.
He would have been a permanent resident of a closet.
He would have been a permanent resident, okay? Flat out, man. He'd have been worn on Easter.
I also looked into rumors of a boa constrictor, and those are false. The DNR says they have no credible. That's a rumor.
Well,
And
but
there's been
boas aren't poisonous, at least.
but they are big.
They are big, but like, I don't know.
The
Gator versus boa, I don't know.
The thing is that on social media, this has just become like the Detroit tall tale. Like remember when the kangaroo was hopping down University District?
But that was
I
real,
lived right-
though.
I know.
But that was real, and everybody saw that. That was real. I can't even call that an urban myth or a tall tale or nothing. That's like he was real, Goat Man is real, you know, all that. But all of y'all did not see this alligator. You know what? I'm calling it out. It's cap. It's pure cap. Didn't none of y'all see this alligator? All right.
Now somebody did, but none of you.
No,
none of them.
not the greater people. Because if you did, we had way more footage, bro. We talked to one or two people that saw this alligator. Not y'all. Y'all capping, bro. Flat out. It ain't been that many alligators on Belle Isle. Snakes, yes. Pigs, also yes.
Do you know what was a delicacy in Detroit for a long time, tied to our French heritage?
Snail.
Not necessarily. Chefs would go out to the Detroit River back in the day and catch frogs.
Oh, yeah,
Detroit was a
frogs.
frog leg
We love
capital.
the frog legs.
If you look at old menus of Detroit establishments, there would be stuff like fresh caught frog legs from the Detroit River.
Oh, yeah.
And that was like a thing.
Oh, listen, my parents, have both eaten frog legs many times. It was not a weird thing up here to eat frog legs at all.
Sorry, Kermit.
Hey, man. That sucks, bro. Do you know that's one of my idols, man? I love Kermit.
I
the
know you
Frog.
do.
That's my boy, man. So I feel bad. I never had frog legs, but yeah, man. Word out to Kermit.
All right. Well, we've got a little bit of development news. Crane's Detroit Business reports that the historic David Broderick Tower has been sold to a new entity called the Broderick Tower LLC. This was put on the market after the owner, Michael Higgins, died. It's been on the market since, I think, February of last year. A lot of mystery around this. They don't actually have a ton of details around the ownership. They don't have a purchase price. It's taken a while for this Higgins estate to really get settled out. And I wonder what this means for the future of things. Now, Cranes talks about possible renovation. You know, the Broderick's been around for a while. It's probably time for an update, to be honest.
Yeah, and I just want to say this. For those who are unfamiliar, Broderick Tower, that's the building that all y'all go crazy about the stupid whales on. That gets covered with a advertisement every now and then. You can see it right from Comerica Park. But yeah, I agree. I think it's probably due for an upgrade. And, it's prime real estate. That's the thing too, is that the Broderick Tower, unlike some of the other, towers and buildings that are a little bit more off the beaten path with downtown, that is about as smack dab gets.
Do you remember seeing the listing for the penthouse on Facebook Marketplace for like $5,000 a month or something?
No, because I don't go on Facebook Marketplace.
Facebook Marketplace is the center of the universe.
It's
the thing that Facebook is good for.
I am never on Facebook Marketplace. People keep telling me to go on Facebook Marketplace.
You need to go on Facebook Marketplace.
I don't want to go there. I just feel like that is where everybody gets bed bugs. That's how I feel.
You don't? Okay, so here are my rules. I actually only buy hard goods.
Okay, that's fair.
If I can wipe it clean, I will buy it.
Okay, fair.
I don't buy soft goods.
Because that's what I feel. I feel like if you buy anything, I feel like if I was to buy, like an old PS2 on Facebook Marketplace, which I would absolutely buy an old PS2 because that sounds fantastic. But I feel like I would open it and bed bugs would just pour out of it and just
you could just
infest
maybe
everywhere.
Get yourself like you could take one of those plastic tubs and just fumigate it.
That's too much work. I just want to buy it and it works. But anyway, we getting off the point. The point is yes, the Broderick Tower, there's plans for renovation, which I think it needs.
I saw those pictures of that penthouse and it was just not up to like the look standard of today. And there's a lot of other stuff, crazily enough, going for a lot more money than that now in downtown Detroit.
Oh, absolutely.
And you're at the top of this building and it's super cool. It's 2 stories, but there was just something about like the look of it where I was like, it doesn't slap.
No.
I hope whoever got it made it slap, but it didn't slap in the pictures.
It looked real, like anybody who's ever watched like American Psycho, it kind of felt like that. It felt like, something that was in one of those, how was a series of early 1990s sort of stock market, Wall Street style movies, people who worked in executive advertising firms and day traders and stuff like that. It feels like that kind of person would live in the Broderick Tower penthouse. That's what it felt like.
Maybe they still have a phone, like a mobile phone that's still a suitcase.
Yeah, bag phone.
Yeah,
it's kind of like a bag phone. They put way too much emphasis on their business cards, stuff like that.
A couple of food stories I wanted to mention. As I said at the top of the show, we wanted to try Kava. That's now open, Mediterranean bowls and stuff like that.
That's right.
There has been word that Red Smoke, longtime place in Greektown, it's been around, 2010, I want to say off the top of my head.
Yeah, about a decade, I would say.
That is apparently on pause, confirmed by their website. There's been a lot of social media chatter around it, but Red Smoke is basically, I think, on pause because of all of the construction that's happening in Greektown. A number of businesses have told me, like, this is really strangling them really hard with how things are because people are so used to going down the street. They're not really going down the narrow corridors along the side there.
Yeah.
I thought about, we got a couple of businesses that we know, they've been on the show. They're like, hey, I wonder if we should be like, hey, let's do an event over there or something. But this construction has been a really big deal, and I just wish it had been executed. I want the end result. I think it's going to be really great. But the getting there is turning out to be really tough.
Yeah, it's starting to feel like, maybe this should have been in different phases. I know they wanted to kind of do it, get it all done, have it complete. And it's a very ambitious project. At least for Greektown, it's a very ambitious project. But it just feels like, some of these businesses may not survive. The thriving pedestrian promenade that they are putting together in Greektown, it feels like it's gonna have this really weird first opening once it's done if these businesses can't survive. And I've never been to Red Smoke, so I can't necessarily say that I'm lamenting its loss from a customer point of view. But just as looking at it from a business owner point of view, it's got to be so frustrating to know that here you are, you have one of the best Tiger season in recent memory, one of the best Lions past few years in recent memory.
And that's the lifeblood of those businesses. Let's not beat around the bush. Let's not kid ourselves. A lot of people, I've gotten in some fights on social media lately because they're like, well, all these things are happening. I'm like, yes, they are. But like the Hudson's Tower is great that it's happening. And someone was like, well, there's going to be thousands of new jobs. And I'm like, no, actually, there'll be less jobs than were in the Rensen at the Hudson's Tower, right?
Right.
Like, so you got to think about that just because it's new and shiny, there's other math involved with this. And in that Greektown corridor, it's always been about the casino.
And sports.
Sports.
That's the lifeblood. The lifeblood of Greektown for the past 30, since Ford Field has been downtown, since Comerica has opened, has been game day.
Now, it's been a long time. I think it's been 2013 or 2014 since I've been to Red Smoke. Hopefully they're back, and hopefully when they come back, I will be there.
There you go.
In line, because I need some brisket. Now I'm thinking about brisket.
Oh, brisket sounds good, though.
See?
Yeah.
It's good, right?
Yeah. No,
we can't always eat healthy.
No, we shouldn't. We shouldn't always eat healthy.
We are not doctors. Toastique on Monroe, and that's a fancy sounding name.
Oh, yeah.
Near Campus Martius, they have their signage up. Previous reports in multiple outlets say that the plans are for it to open sometime this fall. This would be Michigan's second location, the first in downtown Ann Arbor. Their motto is, quote, Whole Foods, our whole thing, unquote, serving gourmet avocado toast, smoothie bowls, and more. I know some people are going to roll their eyes at avocado toast. I do occasionally like avocado toast. I'm not going to lie. But I like this idea of some more healthier options around the neighborhood.
Listen, not just healthier options. It's just another one of those moments where it's like, hey, man, pick up and go. We have been sort of lax on the amount of pick up and go stuff that we actually have in downtown. And now that I'm living down there, I'm starting to kind of see some of the kind of gaps in the food selections down there. Like, obviously you got stuff, your fast food stuff, you got Jimmy John's down there, you got Potbelly, Starbucks, that kind of stuff, Chipotle now. But Chipotle is a newer addition. Kava, we just talked about that, a newer addition. We got Sweet Green that's coming. You got Toastique that's coming. These are things that had not been down there ever, right? Like, this is kind of a new chapter in downtown, because what you need to be able to provide, not just for the people who work down there, but also for tourists and things like that, is you need to have this pick up and go style thing. And I'm excited for it, because I'm one that loves me a good acai bowl. So I'll be trying it out, even though I'll say this, Iggy's Eggies, y'all got me. I know y'all see me up there all the time, at least once, twice a week. Oh, Iggy's got me.
Iggy's
got me, bro.
It's not, I don't think it's healthy, but sure is good.
Iggy's got me, bro. They got me.
I like the biscuit sandwich.
I like the biscuit and the brioche. I like both.
Oh, really? Yeah. It's all good.
It's all good.
So if people don't know, Iggy's Eggies is?
It's a breakfast spot. It's a window right there on, I want to say Grand River.
Like right near Speaker Box, across from
right
Canal.
Across the street from Canal, over by Speaker Box.
Downtown Detroit.
Downtown, right there, that little window. You've probably passed it a million times and went like, why are people just standing outside looking crazy? It's because that food is good, man. And I struggle with this all the time of like, do I spend the extra couple bones and just slide over the Canal and really spend too much money and get super duper pastries? And a couple times I have, and I'm never sad. That block, that little corner right there.
So much.
Capitol Park right there. So much, man.
Apple rhubarb.
Yeah.
So the blueberry galette and the apple rhubarb.
I'm a fan of the millefeuille.
Okay. Millefeuille.
Yeah. Millefeuille. And the eclairs are good.
All right. Well, we're going to end with a little mailbag. And this one is, people are calling you out, man. A little upset with you. Specifically. And this one is from David, who is actually often in our chat. But they sent me an email separately.
Good.
to talk to you. And
You should have sent
David's-
me an email direct. Anyway, go ahead.
You were in the wrong suburbs in Western Wayne County. You need to go to Plymouth or Northville for the nightlife. Now, this is in reference to a previous episode.
I know.
Where I'm telling people who don't know.
Yeah.
Where you very strongly stood on your version of business around where things are happening.
Let me say this to you, all right? And I know I'm going to use a word that may sound bad, but that still feels provincial, my friends. Plymouth and Northville are nice towns. And if you live in Plymouth or Northville, I'm sure you have a great time at what you have out there. And that's fantastic. To me, as a city boy, that is not nightlife. That is a town square. That's not nightlife. That's a town square. That is a couple little places to go and get some drinks and some wine and a nice dinner and have a nice evening. That's not we going hard and let's go up and let's bar hop and let's be out till 4 a.m. That's nightlife.
I think it's all relative, my friend.
It can be relative.
Like, I think about it this way, in our member-only Patreon Discord chat,
yeah.
there was this thing about different height of buildings, right? And I didn't share it in there, but I've seen photos where people are like, I just turned around in Royal Oak and there's, an 8-story building. Well, that's just normal in a lot of cities, but here that's not normal. Here we don't have 8-story buildings very often, right? The reason why we have a whole episode on the Glass House coming up on the history of it with architect Mark Nikita is because that 12-story building was something everybody saw on Michigan Avenue all the time because it stood out.
It's also flat.
It's very flat.
It's flat
It's only
here.
80 feet wide, he said.
Yeah, it's so flat here, so you can see anything over 5 stories.
So the land is flat and the building is flat.
Yes,
it's very narrow.
they're both flat. But yeah, listen, like I said, that's what I said. If you enjoy downtown Plymouth or downtown Northville, if that's your vibe, go enjoy it. I'm not telling you to go enjoy it.
I mean,
I'm just
I've gone. There's a couple
Yeah.
of good cocktail joints over there and
It's
stuff like that.
fine.
So you're saying it's all relative.
it is relative. I'm just saying to me, it's a little bit PG.
Interesting. Another writer came in.
Yeah.
Johnny was downtown Plymouth is where it's at. You two should go drinking out our way. There's a reason why Channel 4 is setting up shop out here. More happening here than Detroit outside of sports and the museums.
So I'm gonna answer this in 2 halves. The first half, I would love to come out and have a drink in Plymouth. I've gone out to Plymouth many times over the past few weeks in summer, and so Plymouth
Super
is dope.
cute.
Super cute, very quaint, kitschy little town. I love the ice carving festival. And
Fire
all
and
that.
Ice.
Yeah,
I've been to
Fire
that a few
and Ice,
times.
Fantastic. It's a really nice, family-friendly place, and that's my problem. Legitimately, that's my problem. I'm a grown man with no kids. I don't want to do family-friendly nothing. I want to do grown people stuff, okay? And I don't want to have to worry about if I swear too loudly, all right? I don't want to have to worry about if I, have a drink over here that somebody is going to be upset that I'm drinking outdoors. I don't want to do that, all right? I want to go to the skip and listen to music that's way too loud, all right? That's what I want.
That belt is wildly packed sometimes.
Hey, and that's the nightlife. That's what I want. People, energy. You know what I'm saying? Nice outfits. That's what I want, right? But let me hit you with this second half because I'm going to hit you right in the chest with this, and I resent this. More happening here than in Detroit. Plymouth is a fraction of the size of Detroit. By sheer number, incorrect. That's number one. Number two, the fact that you conceptualize the only thing that's happening in Detroit is sports and museums. Resent that. Incorrect. Because first of all, were you down here at Easter Market After Dark a couple weeks ago? No. Were you down here partaking in some of the fantastic new restaurants that we've had over the past few months and years? I don't know. Maybe not. If that's your concept, if that's your takeaway from it. You know what I'm saying? So for me, dog, don't do that to me. All right? Just because I said that I think Plymouth is quaint and has a nice little nightlife for what it is, I'm a city boy, bruh. I'm trying to go up. If we are going out, right? There's nowhere in Plymouth that's like Paramita. No.
You know what? You should actually tell people what Paramita
Yeah,
is.
Paramita is a record store that every night or on the weekends they have DJ sets and the place is so small The half of everybody is just outside. It's one of the only places really in downtown Detroit of like a very C and B scene type vibe. You stand outside, you talk to people, you have your drink, you post up, you have a great night, and it's all love. There's no static ever at Paramita, ever. And there's no place like that. They ain't playing no jams like that in Plymouth, and that's no disrespect. Again, I'm not saying this to make this a versus type situation. I'm just telling you that for me, when I was living out there, a little too tame for my blood.
If you've got suggestions on places to go, let me know. dailydetroit@gmail.com. We've got our thing that we're working on, our drive-worthy destinations list. And we want your nominations. And we definitely want them from our members at Patreon, at patreon.com/dailydetroit. Our supporters are the lifeblood of what we do. Seriously, we thank you. And also, if you're listening, if you're watching, this is how the thing gets paid for. Like, we do get the occasional ad and things like that, but local media only works with your local support. Even at $5 a month, we've got a great sticker set coming together, all kinds of good stuff, and it keeps things going around here.
Absolutely. And so make sure you check that out, and then you can be part of our members-only Discord, and feel free to yell at me in there if you feel like it. And then also give us suggestions. Maybe there's a new place that's opened up out your way that I haven't checked out.
And when we say out your way, anywhere, whether you are in Plymouth or Northville, whether you're in Novi, whether you're in East Point, doesn't matter. Downriver, folks, who cares? We'll go. We'll check it out. Because, listen, at the end of the day, it's all about Metro Detroit. That's what this show is about. We've all lived all over Metro Detroit, and we love this region. And so, just let us know. Where are you hanging out at that you think we should check out? And we'll go and see what's up. All right. Well, that will be it for today's podcast. Thank you so much for listening. Tomorrow, we've got a great conversation with an architect about the design and history of the glass house at Ford and some plans, some interesting things I didn't even know about Dearborn. Yeah. I didn't even know that we're on the thought board. So you're going to not want to miss this episode tomorrow. We are going to be skipping Friday because Devin is on paternity leave.
Oh, yay.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
So that is something that he will be off and on over the next few weeks. As we said in his episode, I wanted to remind it here.
Yeah.
And, of course, back with you on Monday. And apologize for the RSS issues earlier this week. There was literally nothing we could do about it. It's the best we can do. So with that, I am Jer Stays.
And I'm Norris Howard.
Thank you so much for listening. Remember that you are somebody, and we'll see you around Detroit.
Yeah.
Okay, hello, chat. Hey, everyone. I see that David Porter is in the chat. He hasn't said anything back to what you said yet, but he's literally here.
What's up?
All right, let's go through. Nothing beats Bows. We mentioned that earlier. You telling my friends, how about them Lions, says Sam. Yes.
I mean, listen, we play Cleveland, bro. Like, I could have went out there and at least threw a couple of them touchdowns. You know?
I'm just glad to see the wheels back on the train. I think Fletcher did a good job of talking about the good stuff in it.
No, listen, I think that the Green Bay game was a little bit of growing pains. You know what? Regardless of how it goes, I am a fan of the fact that you got playing at Lambeau out the way in week 1. Like, that's a great thing to me.
Yeah.
Win, lose, or draw. You went out to Lambeau in the first 2-3 weeks of the season, and you don't have to go there in January. You don't have to go there in November. You know what I mean? Like, that would suck. So, getting it out the way is fine. And look what it's been. You know, look how the Lions have been playing since then. And I think, you know, that was a boogeyman game that they kind of needed to go through in order to get back together. And they look imperious, don't they?
Oh, yeah. By the way, it's the middle of the 8th, and the Tigers are up 2-1 according to the ticker.
Let's go.
That's really good. Michael Dompe are listening to you guys and listening to the Tigers and trying to work great Tuesday. I'm so glad that we're with you, Michael. That's such an honor.
Tarek?
Yeah, it's going to be Scooble.
Yeah.
It's going to be Scooble.
Got to be. Game 1 of the playoffs. Got to be. Yeah, man. You know, listen, I'll just say this, man. David saying, so sad to see Red Smoke close or be paused. I feel bad for all of Greektown right now, man, because, you know, I live not too far from there, and, you know, I would slide over to Greektown on, like, off days, because I actually prefer Greektown when it's slow.
Same.
And so I would go there, and check it out and go to Astoria, pick up my little caramel apple cheesecake and stuff like that. And it's just like, dude, it sucks, man. Like, I just know those businesses are just struggling, man. And okay, let me ask this question to you, Jared, because I feel like you know a little bit more about, I don't know, urban planning than I do.
I'm DEFCON level nerd 10.
Yeah. So, like, in what world did it feel like it was intelligent to do that whole corridor from, what is that, Randolph to, St. Antoine? To lock it all down. And then, like, the sidewalk pathways are just so poorly labeled that you just don't even know that they're there unless you're literally already on foot, which most people are not.
That last one I can't speak to. The first one, the stuff that I've seen them pull out of that ditch.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah. True.
There even used to be a streetcar line underneath that.
Sure did, yeah.
Okay? There's probably a century of undoing to do over there.
Fair.
Okay? I don't know how budgets worked. I don't know if there were different ways to do it depending on available budget and also available workers, which is another real big challenge right now that I could spend a whole episode talking about. We have a huge problem with available trades workers.
Tradesman shortage.
So I get it. I just don't know. Like, I wish it could be in sections or some other way of doing it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I think they're still on track for their timeline.
Yeah.
Some of the stuff they've laid in looks pretty good. You know, they've made a lot of progress, but they just had so much work to do. And, the bill comes due. This is probably supposed to have been done a number of times over the last 50 years.
I was about to say it probably should have been done. We probably should be on like version 4 or 5 of this already.
That's a lot of things that are happening with Detroit. It's part of the reason why the Q line took so damn long.
Yeah.
Right? There's so many things infrastructure-wise in the city of Detroit that basically post-war, nothing happened.
Oh, infrastructurally, I mean, we hit about 1965.
We hit World War.
No. But I mean, we still got to talk about like the expansion of the highway system and all that. So we hit the mid 60s and stopped infrastructurally. That was it.
Yeah.
Once all the freeways were built, we stopped. That was that.
David Porter says, I keep hearing that parts of the city still have wooden. That would not surprise me. The parts of the city will have wooden sewer pipes. I would not be surprised, especially outbound.
More outbound, but I could tell you as somebody who lives in an outbound neighborhood, no.
I mean, there's some that are
maybe in like the central.
When they pulled up the Q line, they found wood stuff.
Maybe in the central spine of the city, and I'm talking about sort of your Woodward corridor and a little bit outward, like in between, like maybe Rosa Parks in the west and
Old City,
the
1913
like Old City. Once you get past that into northwest and northeast side, that stuff was all built after the 40s and 50s. So no, you wouldn't have that out there.
Grand Belton Inn. And by the way, I was looking at old streetcar maps for our sticker pack for another reason. And we've been using the term Grand Belt since like the 1890s for that area, because there actually used to be a streetcar that went Mount Elliott, Milwaukee, right here by the studio.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah.
And then all the way around.
Yeah. Yeah. When the boulevard was the boundary.
So Grand Belt was a thing. So yeah, there's definitely stuff. When they pull up that Q line, there was definitely some interesting pull up stuff for that Q line. Sam, not an alligator, my ex-girlfriend since I left her.
Wow.
Also love that building. So yeah, talking about I'm assuming the Red Smoke building. It's a cool building. There aren't that many buildings left like there are in Greektown.
No,
there's really not. In fact, the gallery over there is from the 1800s. I wish we could. Oh geez, I used to go to an art gallery that was in the row houses. There's actually sometimes people living in them. There's those low-slung apartments in Bricktown right next to the Detroiter bar.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be cool if like above the Detroiter bar and other places could be like reactivated? I know it's not financially the smartest, but it would be amazing to get those reactivated, to get people living in those spaces and then build on that parking lot next door to it.
There you go. You took the words. I was about to say, I wish actually is that we could just recreate all of those buildings right there, obviously with some updates, and then cover up that parking lot, that stupid parking lot. You know how I feel about parking lots.
I know. We all know.
Anyway.
Michael, welcome back. Always good to see you. Personal observation, downtown went from being half Thai food to having no Thai food, and I don't understand why that happened. You know what? That's a great question.
I'm going to say this.
I want Thai. Well, the Gosai Thai is still there up in Midtown, but that's not downtown.
No. And Solid Thai is still in, not Solid Thai. There's a Thai food place that's By My Thai.
By My Thai.
It's still in Lafayette Park.
Don't buy your Thai, buy my Thai.
Yeah, By My Thai. There's another Thai food place.
But there used to be tons, remember?
There used to be tons, but also
Wasn't that a fad? Okay.
there you go.
So I have a
You took the words out of my mouth.
Was Thai
Thai food
food-
was a fad food for a while.
Just like out in Chicago and a number of other places, there's now this like Nashville theme
Yeah,
for bars and stuff. So
yeah.
I
Hot chicken sandwiches and stuff.
I watched a great video about how Wrigleyville has all of these Nashville-inspired places. I know I've talked about on the show before rumors of like a Nashville-inspired hotel coming to like that is the format. And I wonder if Thai food was like the thing for a minute.
No, it was a trend food. I hate to put it that way. It was a trend food for sure.
Man, now I want some chicken pad Thai.
Yeah,
Drunken
not Thai,
noodles.
not Thai food, but I'm definitely thinking about going to Pho Lucky when I leave here.
David says the one in Eastern Market was the best.
Solid
Yeah.
Thai.
Yep. I remember because it was in the old firehouse.
I'm not gonna lie to
My
you.
office used to be, when I worked for Detroit Unspun, I worked in Eastern Market in those what are now lofts. My office was up on the second floor. I was there every other day.
I was more of a Buy My Thai kind of guy.
I was right there.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean? Like,
I
since
was
it's
more
right
of a
there.
Buy My Thai kind of guy. Like when I tell you they could give you the heat, Buy My Thai is gonna give you the heat.
I don't.
I know.
I put gochujang in a peanut sauce.
And you almost lost your damn mind, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was good. It was
game over
good,
for
but
you.
it was a minute.
I like the heat.
I figured. I figured.
I like the heat.
Michael says Norris is right. Northville and Plymouth are basically towns. Nothing wrong with it, but it feels like a suburb version of a nightlife. You know, I'm going to give props to both Northville and Plymouth for being towns. I mean, they were interurban. I don't know if they both were, but I know at least one was an interurban stop. The most interesting places in Detroit are often places that in Metro Detroit, to me, are often the places that were interurban stops, that were actually originally towns on their own, instead of just being a sea of rooftops.
Yeah. Listen, it's fine. I don't diss
Well, see,
anybody.
This is
It's-
why we gotta have Cheyenne on the show a little bit more often. It's that balancing out. Like Devin's always good at balancing out the parental perspective, right?
It is a parental perspective. You know, us childless heathen urbanists who always want everything to be, you know, super close together and high rises and buildings close together and all that. It's one thing. But I think the thing is, and David, I know you're here in the chat, and I just want to say, because I didn't have time to sort of extrapolate to the larger sort of meaning of what I was trying to say, is that nightlife attracts people from outside of your town, outside of your city. Good nightlife. Good nightlife. People would travel from all over the country to go to your nightlife, right? Nashville, we just said, great nightlife. People come from all over the country, go to Nashville. Miami, New York, L.A. These are places that all have. L.A. not. You gotta know somebody, but when you do, you get exposed to a fantastic nightlife. These are all places where people come specifically to spend money in your nightlife to do cool things. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about your cute wine bar that you and your wife go to when you guys have date night, which is fine. There needs to
actually
be a
love
place
stuff
for
like
that.
that.
Yeah, there needs to be a place for that. That's fantastic. But that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about raw, go in, bars, clubs, concert venues, after hours of varying intensity, you know, because there are some nice wine. I went to, you know, it's one of my favorite places, Shanine in the Siren, right? Little sleepy, teeny tiny, like 15-seat wine bar, teeny tiny. Fantastic place, incredible staff, great wine selection, great chilled wines. So since it's been nice and warm out.
Chilled wines. Tell me about chilled wines.
Yeah, you go.
So I've never had a chilled wine. I mean,
Oh, dude, it's just wine, but it's cold. But it's
so
delicious.
is it like okay? So you know, I am who I am, and I remember wine out of the box
Yeah, box
from the
wine.
fridge.
Yeah.
Is that chilled wine?
Technically, yes.
Technically, but that's not what it is.
But that's not what it is. We're talking about wine specifically
designed to be cold.
Designed to be cold, yes.
Okay.
And they got a great chilled wine selection. And actually really great apps as well. I had a focaccia there that is fantastic. But yeah, like that is a low key, like this place is not for you to bring your whole family. Like, and I like that. I like the fact that there's a 15-seat fantastic wine bar that I don't have to worry about people's crumb snatchers. Like, that's cool to me. But also, I love the fact that literally right next door and around the corner is a place like Brakeman, where if you just want to get sloshed and drink a bunch of beer, there you go. Right across the street, you got a British beers, an ale bar. There you go. If that's your jam, go ahead. Like, but they're all right there, not even 300 yards from each other, not even 200 yards from each other. A football field's worth of stuff right there. And that's what I enjoy about cities with nightlife that is, increasing or improving, so on and so forth, because other cities have that in spades. And that's what I mean.
A couple of things I want to talk about. First off, we are at the end of the 8th, still 2-1 Tigers. So I think we're going to at least stay with us till the game's over.
No, we're going to stay till the game.
We're going to stay till the game's over. So 2-1 still leading.
Because also, I ain't trying to drive back down there where everybody leaving.
No, they're not. They're in Cleveland.
Oh, that's right. You're right.
They're in Cleveland.
You're right.
I wanted to mention this. The reason I didn't cover this in the main podcast is because it might have gotten. This is a story that had a high potential of getting stinky that I might circle back to, which is that there is no movement in the state capitol on the budget. Now, there was a report that we talked about that they were close to a deal.
Yep.
And a lot of people I know are like, oh, there's a deal. And they just kind of assumed it was. And in my mind, I'm always like, until there's a deal, there's not a deal. Right? And we are basically, we've got weed industry protests outside, according to Crane's Detroit Business. Others are reporting that, there is no word, that this is basically the state budget deal. Because just so you know, we still are in the prospect of a state and federal
double shutdown.
Right. Even though Governor Whitmer and others said, oh, there's a deal in principle or whatever, we don't have a deal. You have to hit the timeline. You have to hit the deadline.
Yep.
And a lot of this deal is being negotiated in secret, which I hate. Both parties. I hate that.
Same.
That's just how I am. Apparently, and I'm quoting David Eggert over at Crane's, it was unclear how close legislators were to voting on anything as of mid-afternoon. Even if an agreement is reached, it can take hours, even days, to draft and proof bills. It looks like they're really leaning towards a marijuana tax for the roads.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, marijuana, I know the weed industry doesn't, the marijuana industry doesn't like it, but I think the logic here is that marijuana prices are in the tank. They're so low as it is anyway, that it might actually spark things up, even though a lot of the industry doesn't like it because nobody likes getting extra taxes on them.
Yeah, nobody wants taxes on it. I was one that actually was like, listen, I actually probably should pay way more. Like, all of us should pay way more for weed.
Is there like a sustainable, like fair trade weed?
Currently, that's what I be asking. Is like, can I go and get like an artisanal weed? Like that's like it costs a little more and it goes directly to like the farmer. I don't know, but like that's the thing is we all should be paying way more for it. I am a fan of vice being taxed, and that's what it is. It's a vice.
I think it would be 24%.
Fine.
Wholesale tax. They're saying.
Fine. You're already paying the lowest prices I've ever seen for weed.
And it looks like we're heading towards a federal shutdown, for sure.
Well, no, that's definitely happening.
Because
like the state level shutdown is still iffy. This one is definitely happening. I mean, they locked the doors to the House of Representatives yesterday and canceled the vote.
Yeah, a lot of people in the base of the Democratic Party want people to hold a stand, even though I'm not sure. I'm not a political strategist, but I also know that polls are not necessarily in favor of a shutdown in the wider electorate.
No, they're not. But when you have a trifecta, I mean,
the only leverage Democrats have is to pull a shutdown.
Yeah, but like when you have a trifecta, dude, like it's on you to be the ones to get it done. And
just in from the Detroit Free Press, Governor Whitmer casts new uncertainty as Michigan state budget deadline looms.
Double shutdown. Here we go. It's happening.
She keeps saying
It's happening.
I feel confident we will get it done and we'll be able to continue running government and providing services to the people of Michigan. All the pieces, not sure they'll get it all done tonight.
Even if it is a very momentary, maybe 48-hour shutdown, I'd see it shutting down.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like she has too many red lines on negotiations here.
Yeah, I think it'll shut down for maybe it'll be like a thing where like we just call it a wrap at the end of the week.
If they shut down the state park, the Gator get away.
The Gator's
run
fun.
to Canada.
Yeah, the Gator's cool, man. The Gator's cool. He's chilling. Yeah, I think the state level, maybe we go into next week and get a deal done probably Monday, Tuesday next week, based on what I've read and what I've seen, people I've talked to. But the Fed, I have no clue. Washington is in chaos.
It is.
Washington is in chaos. And you know what? And I just think, and I'm going to say this to the listeners out there, regardless of your political persuasion, I really don't care. At the end of the day, man, like, let's fire all these people. Like, we should not get to a point to where the government can't function.
Yeah, we should think about who we're putting in there, right?
Like when we get to a point where these people cannot talk to each other for the sake of literally saying, here's how much money we need to pay everybody. Come on, y'all. Like, really? Word?
I mean, so there was a new New York Times Siena poll that came out that talked about the top things that people are worried about when it comes to these issues. I shared it in the member-only Discord.
It's the economy, stupid.
Well, so what do you think is the most important problem facing the country today? 16% said the economy, including jobs and stock market. Then 13%, number 2, polarization and division.
Yeah, because people are getting shot.
I mean, it's just people are. Yeah, I don't think they know how to get there, but they know this doesn't feel right. Does that make any sense?
Absolutely. People know that this don't feel correct.
Yeah.
Right? Especially those of us of a certain, I feel for my Gen Z brothers and sisters, my little bros, little sisters, little theys, who this is all they know. I mean, think about it. If you're a 22-year-old kid, not kid, but you know what I mean. You're 22 years old. This is all you know. All you know is this concept of polarization. That's it.
By the way, looping back, sorry about that, Sam. I realize, according to producer, that you were talking about the Broderick. Yes, it is a very fine building. The Broderick is a very pretty building.
Yeah.
I agree with you there.
No, but like that's what I mean. Like if you're a Gen Z or staunchly Gen Z, born in maybe 2003, think about that. So by the time you were old enough to really know anything about politics, we're in the Obama years. You're already hearing about birtherism, Tea Party stuff. We're already there. This is all you know.
But part of this is we got to look at ourselves a little bit as an electorate, because these clowns wouldn't do it if it didn't work.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely. We
all
got to be
a little bit better
feed the beast.
about.
Yeah.
We got to be a little bit better about not feeding the beast ourselves.
No,
right?
we all feed the beast. Like there's one thing to tell the truth, which I think is very important. There's one thing to tell the truth. There's another thing to feed the beast and participate in absurd rhetoric. Let me put it that way.
Yeah.
I try my best to come on this show and go other places, and when y'all see me in public, is to tell the truth to y'all and to call it how I see it for what it is. That's what I try to do. But unfortunately, it is what it is. It's how I don't know. I like the cheap weed. See, we gotta get out of that. You think about yourself. I'm thinking about
Will likes the cheap weed.
Nah, you think about yourself. I saw a TikTok.
I think there should still be. Why can't there be multiple levels of weed like there is everything else?
There should be. There should be cheap dirt weed, bottom feeder weed that you could get if you just want to there should be a PBR of weed, right? There should be a Coors Light of weed. And then there should be the Oberon of weed. What's wrong with that?
The Guinness of weed?
I don't like stout, so that's why I use
like
Oberon.
Stouts.
Yeah, so that's why I use Oberon. But anyway, we agree. We're on the same page here. But
I mean, nobody wants to see prices go up in this thing where, it seems like...
I do. I'm saying it. I do. Do
On
I
that
want him to
particular
go
item.
up no, I'm saying, but I don't want him to go up a ton. But at the end of the day, we got to get out of this, y'all. Like I'm not talking about inflation. I'm talking about specifically around stuff like taxes. Is we got to get out of that. Like I saw a great TikTok from somebody who basically said, who basically said, "Oh my God, how are we gonna pay for the kids that have free lunches? Me, I'm paying for it. I'll pay for it."
Will says there are artisanal weed shops you should check out. Will, let us know.
Let us know, because I
Let us
definitely
know.
will check one out.
Yeah, this is more up your alley, but I'll
I'll
go.
check it out. No, we should check it out as
Yeah.
a show. It seems interesting.
When a weed store is actually interesting, I've covered
That's what
it.
I'm saying.
When that basketball player Harrington came into town, I talked to him.
Yeah, I want to check it out, because you remember when Chris Webber was supposed to open that giant coffee house
Oh,
in Corktown?
right across the freeway from what will become now the Detroit City FC Stadium.
Yep.
Imagine that.
Imagine that.
Oh,
Oh my God! Look at that!
Oh.
Look at that missed opportunity.
that was a missed opportunity. One could say he called a timeout a little too early on that.
Early. Well, the industry bottomed out.
No,
It didn't make financial sense.
no,
But
for sure. I had thrown a dig there though.
fantastic. Yeah, it was good. That one was actually good.
See, once in a while.
That was actually good.
once in a while, but
But yeah, like the concept of taxes, I think. Listen, man, nobody ever wants to pay taxes, but like I want cool stuff, man. All right, I want my
think a lot of
quality
people-
of life to be better.
I think there's a lot of people though who don't trust that that's what it's going to go to. They don't have the faith, because if you think about how projects get rolled out and all the things we've been promised over time, people don't believe that that's going to come through for them. There's like
Yeah.
a trust broken.
Yeah, I feel that, but we gotta give them cool shit. We have to. It is imperative on us to give them the cool shit.
Ooh, David, Michigan has had a 6% sales tax for the past 30 years. Name something else that has been the same price. Stina says,
You got me on that.
Stina says, as a person with no kids, I have never voted no on a school millage.
They just did in Livonia.
They did?
Yeah, I thought they voted no on that millage. There was a millage in somewhere in the metro that they voted down. Let's check on that. Jared's doing some checking on that one. Or was that a police millage?
That was a police millage.
Never mind. I take it
That
back.
was 67% of voters said no on the police
millage. Okay, police. I knew they voted no on the millage, but yeah, no, I'm same with you, Stina. I see it's like, let's get more money to the kids. Bet, man. I want to keep the buildings maintained. I don't want the books getting old. We got to buy the kids iPads. We gotta help the kids. We gotta help the babies. I want them to be able to learn how to swim at school. Simple stuff. Like, don't you think that there are some basic things that you should be able to do at school, like not starve?
I mean, I agree.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, yeah, if my taxes go up by $2 a year,
Middle of the ninth, 2-1 still.
let's go.
Just so you know, for programming purposes, if for some reason there is the Tigers pull this series out, I'll switch these shows around a little bit. We'll have Fletcher Sharp in. If you're around, we'll have you in too.
Yeah, I love me some Tigers now.
And we'll get into it. Because I
Absolutely.
really want to see if we can see a series win,
I'm trying to go to a game, bro.
and that would be possible with a series win.
I'm trying to go to a game.
Okay, so Fletcher and I talked about this. He's not one to do this. So how do you feel?
Okay.
Would you put the money down on a game that you're not sure? I mean, they refund you, right,
No.
for the tickets, or does
they
it roll over?
refund they refund you, but you still pay a transaction fee and all the rest of that stuff.
Or does it roll over into a ticket for next year? Like,
No.
would you go ahead and pay now on
Never.
faith
Never.
for tickets?
Never is sports. Never.
Okay.
None of that is predictable. Never. That's like people who bet on sports. Never.
Really?
I would never bet on
So
sports.
many of our listeners bet on sports.
I would never do it
Why do you not bet on sports?
because I have no control over it. I think gambling in general is ridiculous because I have no control over it. That's just me.
Goodbye, potential sponsor. No, I'm joking.
No, listen, hey, FanDuel. If y'all trying to sponsor, fine. Sponsor shows I'm not on. But like I just don't gamble. I am a firm believer in not betting on things I can't control or influence. So like if me and you are betting on a soccer match that like, oh, I bet you can't hit this shot. Okay, I'll put money down on that because I have belief in myself to be able to do it. And if I don't do it, I owe you money.
So you're not anti-gambling in all cases. It's anti-gambling when you don't have any way to put your finger on the scale in some way.
Absolutely. And or if the bet doesn't directly involve me, I think it's kind of silly. But that's just me. I don't. If y'all want to throw y'all money away, have at it. A whole industry, a whole damn city is made up of it. So go have fun. I'm not gonna tell you what to do with your money. But yeah, I think it's I don't know, sports betting. I've tried it. I had the apps. I tried to bet. I made a little bet, a $5, like it was like a $5 prop bet. Had to hit 3 things, 3 criteria. I made $50, and I was just like, this is stressful. I like my sports to be pure. I want to watch it for the purity of the competition, and can enjoy the sport itself actually being played. The pressure of if I'm gonna make my money back or make money, it felt so icky to me.
It doesn't raise the stakes for you?
It raised the stakes, but into an area that made the actual watching of the game less enjoyable. You know what I mean? So I don't begrudge anybody that wants that. Dude, how many times have you seen videos of people losing their shit because they bet X amount of dollars on a game?
I don't judge people who bet, but what is over the line is when people do crazy stuff, like yell at sports players for like not doing well for the team so that their bet would be better. Like you'll see some weird stuff where like fans will yell at athletes.
Yeah.
And it's like the athlete doesn't care about you, man.
Nor should they. King Yacht, food tax for transit, something everybody can pay into.
I'm not a big fan of food taxes.
I don't like food tax because if you don't eat, you die. Weed is not necessary for life. So, like...
Many people would argue with you, sir.
It's not necessary for life. So, stuff like food tax, entertainment tax, things, non-essentials, I'm cool with, right? We already got the sales tax, so on and so forth, whatever.
Michael says, as long as you have the money to lose, gambling can be viewed as entertainment. Just don't treat it like a profit activity.
There you go.
I agree with you 100%, Michael. I have a number of people in my family who have had to call that hotline.
Hey, listen.
And that was because they weren't able, you know what I mean? They got down a hole.
Oh, listen, let me tell you, quiet as it's kept, because sports gambling in particular is huge amongst younger people, amongst Gen Z, and now even going into leaking into Gen Alpha. And it's because they've all been conditioned by video games and loot boxes. The endorphin trigger that lights up when you gamble is the same one that lights up when you spend money on loot boxes and video games. They've done copious amounts of studies on this. So you have a whole generation of people who've already been conditioned to enter into this market the moment they are old enough to gamble.
Complete sidebar. If somebody's into just having a fun time, loot boxes, whatever, but they don't want to keep putting money into it as like, you know,
That's not
what game should I be playing?
Oh, I mean,
Like, what do I need to be playing nowadays?
There's a litany of games, man. Ghost of Yote comes out this week, which will be dope. Narrative game. If you like anything like Seven Samurai or Yojimbo or anything like that, straightforward sandbox samurai game. Heat. What's another game you could play? Anything narrative. There's been a ton of great narrative games. Oh, I gotta say this. I've never had to play. I haven't said this on any platform. There's a game. If you are a gamer, I'm telling y'all right now, you have to play this, which is Claire Obscure Expedition 33. It is, let me tell you something. It is one of the best games I have played in almost 30 years.
The title tells me nothing. So what is it?
That's the point. Like, to even try to explain this game, it's an RPG, Final Fantasy style game. It's a narrative game. It's best to just play it. Or at bare minimum, just go on YouTube and just watch like a story synopsis or something. It's that good. It is it's a life-changing piece of media. It's that good.
Okay. I will check it out. I am into that kind of stuff. Tigers win.
We need a roar button. How do you not have a roar button on your pads here?
I don't have a roar button. I have a lot of other things.
You got to have a... Does that work? It didn't work. Turn it up.
Hold on.
Turn it up.
I don't have the pads put in.
I gotta program the pads for you so we can have some sound effects on the show. We need to have a growl. We need to have the lion fight song.
Oh yeah, forward down the field.
Yeah, all that.
The copy strikes will not yield.
Yeah. we just use the first 3 seconds. We can get away with fair use.
Forward, yeah. Do
So
something.
forward down the field.
Or
kill
could just be like a hum of us doing it.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, I love the old Tiger songs. Tiger baseball. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. I love the old records, like the orange, always with the orange paper and the black writing for the Tigers back in the day.
Listen, man, Tigers win. First dub in the playoffs. Let's get it. And it's Cleveland too. Oh, we mangled them. I never want us to be nice to Cleveland ever.
There was a millage in Hazel Park, Will says, for schools that was voted no, I'm pretty sure. So he's saying maybe you were thinking about Hazel Park.
It might have been Hazel Park. I knew it was a millage in the suburbs somewhere that didn't pass.
I'm going to pun. I'm warning you because you're going to throw something at me. Oh, my God. Listen, there has been a lot going on in Hazel Park, right? You know, you got that 10th anniversary for Chef James Regato. I'd love to have him on the show with all the stuff that he's been doing.
Congratulations.
There's, Frame Bar, Joe Bar, Frame Bar. I don't remember how it goes. Joe Bar, yeah. There's a lot of options now happening in Hazel Park. But one thing they don't have is a barbecue joint named Hazel Pork. Because everyone would remember
awful.
Hazel Pork.
That's so bad.
Everyone would go to Hazel Pork.
In the stream.
All right, we got more questions.
In the stream, Adam.
That's why it's gambling, my friend, says Sam. Yes. Lots of cheers for the Tigers. Can turn into a horrible vice, no doubt. Yes, Sam, it can.
I mean, yeah, it is. Listen, anything can turn into a horrible vice. I'd be lying to say that I haven't spent money on loot boxes and games, and I've admitted that I've bet on sports before. I'm not saying inherently it's a bad thing. I just, it's not a moral thing. I'm not trying to speak with some type of moral. It's a logical thing for me where logically it doesn't make sense. That's all.
You could open up barbecue joints in any city with Park. Grosse Pointe Pork?
In the stream.
I'd have so much fun with this. Ralph C. Wilson, you know what, Cena, I appreciate that. Anything you can share about Ralph C. Wilson, I am all about. That is coming up, that opening party, by the way. Ralph C. Wilson, they're doing a big event. We're going to have to be... When is that?
Present?
Yes. When is that happening? October 2025. October 25 and 26th. So that'll be great.
By the way, I just want to give a hand clap and some love to our Discord for making yet another emoji out of me.
Wait, there's a new emoji?
Well, there's the shrug emoji when I just told everybody to walk. From the show we did on the Apple Store.
Okay, yeah, new emoji.
We have a new emoji. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you'll have to join the members only Discord.
You know what I didn't share in the Discord, but might be able to be brought up for the live stream?
What's that?
One of the listeners I ran into at a certain market called Trader Joe's. I ran into everybody at Trader Joe's because I run into more neighbors at Trader Joe's than anywhere else.
Because it's the only Trader Joe's for 1,000 miles.
I would walk 500 miles for
literally,
orange mandarin chicken. But there is a meme that a listener who wished to remain nameless sent.
Okay.
And it's a Venn diagram.
Oh, yeah. Didn't we have that up at the beginning of the stream?
It's people who listen to Daily Detroit, want a Trader Joe's downtown, and shop at Trader Joe's.
Same circle.
It's almost exactly the same circle.
Same circle. Same exact circle.
I wore the old style Daily Detroit shirt. I have a Daily Detroit shirt from 8 years ago that's like all what you do when you first launch a project. And it's all beat up. And people are like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
But there is some truth to that. I saw that one. I'm like, that hurts.
I love Trader Joe's.
But true.
It is true. I love Trader Joe's. I wanted Trader Joe's in the city so bad. So bad. But, it probably won't happen for a while.
I guess there's a VIP event at Ralph Wilson on Friday night too.
That's cool.
I'm not a VIP. I guess.
That's a lie. That's a lie. It's a lie. You just told a lie on the air. You just told a lie on the air and said that you're not a VIP. What are you talking about? A lie from the pit of hell.
Where I'd go, very important pork.
We haven't ended the stream. And I keep asking for it.
The Tigers have won. This is a wonderful day.
Let's go out and enjoy the rest of this beautiful afternoon.
Yes. We're coming up on 4 o'clock. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching this thing. I really appreciate all of you coming out with us over, this whole time. Michael, Sam, Stina, King, David,
Mr.
12,
13. We got to show him love.
Right. He was in the beginning.
Yeah. So much love to everybody out there. Don't forget, as you can see on the screen, sign up for our newsletter, dailydetroit.com. Sign up for our Patreon to get access to our members-only Discord, as well as just the ability to yell at me all day long instead of just an email. And, also I just want to say thank you to all of you who not just watch on the live stream, but also who listen to the show. Show us a lot of love, a lot of support. Thank y'all so much. And all the people who out in public show us love about the show. If y'all want to know, one of the best feelings in the world is when somebody comes up to you and says, hey, man, I listen to the show. I love the show. Keep it up. Keep doing good work. And that's what makes part of this all worth it. But we also need to eat. So join the Discord and the Patreon.
Yeah. All right. With that, I'm Jer Stays.
And I'm Norris Howard.
Remember that you are somebody, and we'll see you around Detroit.